Question 17, and it's problem 3.3.25. And in this problem, we are calculating z-scores. So looking at the data set over in Excel, which again, once again, I just use the quick cut link here to open up the data set in Excel. And we would think that within the formula builder, we might try to find a function that might relate to z-score. So let's say maybe z-score, nothing really comes up, but maybe z-test. But notice that these have to do with finding p-values. Really the function that we need to use for finding the z-scores is standardize. So if I type standardize here, there is our, spelled it there, there is our function there. And you can see that this is a pretty simple way of calculating with the x value, which is the value such as over here in the problem 5 minutes or 2 minutes or 10 or 6. That's the x that we'll use in the formula. That's the value that we're trying to normalize. And we'll use the mean of the group of data as well. And then we'll use the standard deviation within this function. So if we take a look at the first one, so calculating the z-score for 5 minutes. So in this case, 5 will be our x. And the mean here, we're going to calculate just by typing in average. So we're really just creating our average function within the formula builder box, just like we would out here in a regular cell. And standard deviation, we could do the exact same thing and just do stdev. So we're just creating essentially a function within a function. And those are all the inputs that we need. So we can click done and it'll paste that formula here in this box so that we could save it if we want to. Or it gives us the result right here at the bottom of the formula builder box. So I'm just going to hold off on clicking anything, go over and just check that first answer is correct. So it's a negative 0.29 and wants 2 decimal places. So we'll check that. And then again, just to be able to utilize Excel more quickly, all I need to do at this point is instead of creating this formula all over again or having to copy anything from cell to cell within the sheet, all I need to do is really just change one figure. The average and the standard deviation are the same for this data set. So all I need to do is just change the x. So instead of 5, I'm going to delete that. And this, for part B, it's 2. So I'm just going to change the x to a 2. And here's our updated result. So negative 1.17. And then for part C, it's 10. So I'm just going to change the 2 to a 10. And we get 1.17, this time it's positive. And you can see how using Excel can really speed up the process of working through some of these problems. So for part D, it's 6, and our updated result is actually a 0. And you can see that being the case because the mean of the problem is 6 as well. So in this case, we would have, if we were looking at the actual formula, we'd have 6 minus 6, which is 0 in the numerator. Standard deviation is in the denominator. If you look at the formula for the z-score formula, it's basically the x minus the mean all over the standard deviation. That's the actual formula. So in this case, we know our z-score would be 0.